Certain people don't like being around others and tend to keep to themselves. They are not loners, but they don't feel the need to be constantly surrounded by people. And that's perfectly okay. If you prefer being alone, it doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It can be pretty healthy for you, mentally and emotionally. There are many benefits to spending time alone, such as focusing on your thoughts and feelings without distractions. This can help you get in touch with yourself and figure out what you want and need. It's also good to recharge your batteries after being around people for too long. Being alone can help you relax and feel more calm and content. There are reasons a person doesn't like being around others, and we will discuss those in this video. Of course, there's nothing wrong with enjoying the company of others as well. It's all about finding the right balance for you. Reason number 11. Fear of intimacy. Some people may not like being around others because they fear intimacy. This can be for various reasons, such as past experiences with trauma or abuse. Fear of intimacy can also come from a fear of rejection or the feeling that it's not good enough. If you've been hurt in the past, it's understandable that you may not want to open yourself up to that again. When you fear intimacy, forming close relationships with others can be challenging. You may find yourself pushing people away or keeping them at a distance. It's important to remember that not everyone is out to hurt you, and that you can find people who will love and accept you for who you are. With time and patience, you can let down your walls and be more open with others. If you think fear of intimacy may be holding you back, it may be helpful to talk to a therapist or counselor who can help you work through these fears. Reason number 10. Fear of judgment. Another reason someone may not like being around others is the fear of being judged. This can be for several reasons, such as feeling like you're not good enough or that you don't fit in. If you're constantly worried about what others think of you, it can be challenging to relax and be yourself. You may wear a mask or pretend to be someone you're not. It's important to remember that everyone is different and that there's no need to compare yourself to others. Everyone has unique talents and qualities that make them special. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on loving and accepting yourself for who you are. When you're able to do that, it'll be easier to let go of your fears and be more confident around others. Keep this quote in mind. What other people think of me is none of my business. Reason number 9. Lack of social skills. This can make it difficult to carry on a conversation, understand social cues, or know what to say in certain situations. If you're someone who struggles with social skills, it's important to remember that it's not something that you can learn. There are many resources out there that can help you improve your social skills. One way to practice is by attending social events or gatherings where you can interact with others in a safe and comfortable environment. You'll become more confident and ease around others with time and practice. Reason number 8. Above average intelligence. Studies have shown that people considered gifted or have an IQ above 130 are likelier to prefer being alone. This is because they often feel like they don't fit in or that others can't relate to them. They may also find it challenging to find people with the same interests or intellectual level. For example, you may find that you're not interested in the same things as your peers or need help understanding their humor. It's important to remember that not just because someone is different from you doesn't mean they're not worth your time. Everyone has something special to offer. You never know who you might connect with. If you're someone who's highly intelligent, it's important to remember that there are other people out there who are like you. Many groups and organizations cater to people with high IQs. One way to find others like you is by attending meetups or events for people with similar interests. You may also want to join an online community where you can connect with others worldwide. Reason number 7. Anxiety. When you have anxiety, you may worry about what others think of you or say to you. You may also worry about embarrassing yourself or making mistakes. These worries can make it difficult to relax and be yourself around others. As a result, you may find yourself avoiding social situations or withdrawing from conversations. If you have anxiety, it's important to talk to a therapist or counselor who can help you manage your symptoms. There are also many resources available that can help you understand and cope with your anxiety. Remember, everyone sometimes feels anxious, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. With help, you can learn how to manage your anxiety and enjoy being around others. Reason number 6. Depression. Depression is another mental health condition that can make it difficult to enjoy being around others. When you're depressed, you may feel hopeless, helpless, or worthless. You may also have negative thoughts about yourself and your life. These feelings can make it hard to find joy in anything, including social interactions. As a result, you may start avoiding people or withdrawing from activities you used to enjoy. If you're struggling with depression, it's important to talk to someone who can help you manage your symptoms. You can also find many resources online or from mental health organizations to help you understand and cope with your depression. Depression is a severe condition, but it's important to remember that hope exists. With treatment and support, you can start to feel better and enjoy your life again. Reason number 5. Low self-esteem. If you have low self-esteem, you may not feel good about yourself or your abilities. This can make it hard to interact with others because you may feel like you're not good enough or that you don't belong. Low self-esteem can also lead to negative thinking, such as believing you're not worthy of love or respect. This thinking can make it difficult to enjoy social situations or be yourself around others. For example, you may avoid social situations or withdraw from conversations. Or you may stay in relationships that are not healthy because you don't believe that you deserve better. Remember, everyone has moments of doubting themselves, but it's important to learn how to cope with these feelings. When you do, you'll be more likely to feel good about yourself and enjoy being around others. Reason number 4. Being shy. You may feel nervous or uncomfortable in social situations when you're shy. You may also worry about what others think of you or say to you. These worries can make it hard to relax and be yourself around others. As a result, you may find yourself avoiding social situations or withdrawing from conversations. If you're shy, it's important to remember that there is nothing wrong with you. Shyness is usual, and there are many ways to cope with it. For example, you can practice talking to people in low-pressure situations, such as family or friends. Or you can join a group or club that involves activities that interest you. This can help you meet people who share your interests and make socializing easier. Reason number 3. Trust issues. If you have trust issues, you may find it challenging to be around others because you're afraid of getting hurt. You may also have difficulty trusting your judgment when it comes to people. Trust issues can make it hard to form and maintain relationships. They can also lead to social anxiety or depression. For example, You may avoid social situations because you fear rejection or hurt. Or you may stay in relationships that are not healthy because you're afraid of being alone. Remember, trust is something that is built over time. You can learn to trust yourself and others again with patience and effort. Reason number 2, you enjoy alone time. There's nothing wrong with preferring to spend time alone. Many introverts enjoy being alone because it allows them to recharge. However, it can be hard to adjust if you're not used to being alone. You may feel bored or lonely when you don't have anyone to talk to. As a result, you may start avoiding social situations or withdrawing from activities you used to enjoy. If you're struggling with being alone, it's important to remember that there are many ways to cope with it. For example, you can practice talking to people in low-pressure situations, such as family or friends. Reason number 1, introversion. Introverts tend to be more internalized and need time alone to recharge after being around people for too long. This doesn't mean that introverts don't like being around others. It's just that they need more time alone to feel energized. If you're an introvert, you must schedule time in your day to be alone and do something you enjoy. This can be anything from reading a book, walking, or working on a hobby. Finding ways to interact with others that work for you is also vital. For example, you may not enjoy large gatherings but prefer one-on-one conversations or smaller groups. There's nothing wrong with being an introvert. Finding what works for you is crucial. When you do, you'll be more likely to enjoy being around others and feel more comfortable in social situations. Despite the many benefits of socializing, there are times when people just don't feel like being around others. While it can be frustrating for friends and family members who want to spend time with them, respecting their wishes and giving them some space is essential. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Thank you and goodbye.